So to our last semi-final of the afternoon, and it's men's doubles. And we're going to be focusing on that bottom half of the draw. 7 different nations involved at quarter-final stage. 2 Japanese pairs, as you can see. 4 different nations at semi-final stage, but only 2 seeds. Xiao Long and Chu Sihan, the number 6 seeds in the top half, and in the bottom half of the draw, the number 2 seeds, Mohammad Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan. So as far as the Danes, Mads Conrad-Petersen and Mads Pieler Kolding, this their first ever Super Series semi-final. For the Indonesians, Mohammad Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan, well, the world champions, former world champions, won the gold medal at the World Championships in Guangzhou in 2013. The Indonesians, Asian Games gold medalists this year as well. Well, they've already been in 9 Super Series tournament finals, having won 6 of them. So when you look at those sort of statistics, I think the Indonesians overwhelming favourites. That said, I think the Danes this week have just grown in belief. I was going to say grown in stature, but quite frankly, with Mads Kolding at 2 meters and 5 centimeters, he's a fairly tall stature of a man anyway. He's a giant of a man, isn't he? Look, compared to the Indonesian players, Mads Conrad is 6'1", 186, and he's pretty much looks a short man standing next to his partner. There is Mohammad Ahsan, the 27-year-old from Palembang in South Sumatra. Palembang, where the recent Indonesia Grand Prix Gold was staged. His partner, Hendra Setiawan, 30 years of age. They are the number 2 seeds, trying to get through to their first ever final as a pair here in Hong Kong. World ranking of 3. Gone down 1 place in the Super Series Destination Dubai rankings, down to number 6, having lost first round last week in China. But they've been impressive this week, as you can see. Well, I had them going to 3 games against Fu Haifeng and Jiang Nang. So I thought they were pushed the full distance in that second round match. So to the Danes, both 26 years of age. First appearance as a pair here at the Hong Kong Open. And as you can see, they're not seeded. World ranking up 2 places to 19 this week. Have spent a total of 4 weeks in the past at number 16 in the world rankings. So trying to reach their second final of the year. Look at their first round result there against the number 3 seeds Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hawakawa. That really was very impressive indeed. And yesterday's quarter-final against the pair that beat them in the final of the European Championships, Vladimir Ivanov and Ivan Sozonov. Russian pair taking the first game, but the Danes coming back in the third very strongly indeed. 21-13 that third game. So Satawan Mahadu of Mauritius and Simon L from Hong Kong are court officials. This will be the second meeting between the two. The first time they met, that was the first round of this year's Indonesia Premier Super Series. It was very close opening game, as you saw, 23-21, 21-11 in the second. I have to say, Morton, what I've really liked about the Danes this week, they had that tremendous win in the first round against number 3 seeds Endo and Hawakawa, and they backed it up. So many times I've seen them have one good match,
yes,
and they don't follow through.
Yes, but I think that's a sign of them growing older, more experienced, and I think since the Thomas Cup in May, they have improved a lot.
Mohammad Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan, Indonesia. And on my left, match Conrad-Petersen, match Pieler, Kolding, Denmark. Mohammad Ahsan to serve to match Conrad-Petersen, level play.
So the former world champions, Mohammad Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan, nearest to us.
1 love.
Ominous start. Now, as far as Hendra Setiawan, he's been in 3 finals here at the Hong Kong Open with former partner Marcus Kido. Won the title twice, 2006 and 2007, beaten finalists in 2010. And of course, the Indonesians were semi-finalists last year. Lost out to the eventual champions Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung, who of course were beaten in the round of last 16 here this year. Lost out to the German pair of Fuchs and Schuttler, who then lost themselves in the quarterfinals.
Last night.
Yeah, last match on court it was.
Yeah, but what a win, what a 2 good weeks it's been for the Germans. First in China, they beat Carsten Morgensen and Matthias Boe, and then this week they beat Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung.
Yeah.
You know, can't really complain, but that's actually going to back to what you said before about being able to back up the good result with another good result.
Yeah.
Service over. 4-2.
So far, this men's doubles has been men's doubles in a nutshell. Just around the service situation, no rallies at all.
Service over. 3-4. Service over. 5-3.
That's Conrad, former European junior champion in men's singles.
Yes.
2007.
I was coaching him at the time. And he was very upset with me when I said quite bluntly to him that I think he should focus on his doubles.
6-3.
And after a little while, he actually decided to stop playing international or top badminton. He opted out of the training centre. And 8 months later, he came back and said, "I think you're right," and then he started playing doubles, and now he's here. He's a very heavy guy for singles, and he was struggling all the way. So that you know, my advice to him was, you know, focus on your doubles. You play a very good doubles. Singles will be very tough for you.
Yeah. I can see that by the build, and also he had proven in those same European Junior Championships, because these 2 Danes were actually playing together in those, and they got the silver medal.
They lost out, but to Christian, I think Christian Larsen and Christian Skogor. But you know, he is a heavy built guy, and for singles it's a little bit too much. But
yeah.
It took a little while for him to understand it, and he came back, and you know, all respect to that, and he has proved my point.
Oh my goodness, I completely missed it.
He was too quick.
7-6. Service over. 7-all.
Well, that's going to be one of the big differences between their semi-final today and their quarter-final yesterday against Ivanov and Sozanov, because I was making comment, Morton, about the two European pairs and saying getting on the attack was absolutely vital, because the defence from both pairs was being broken down a little too easily in comparison to the top Asian players.
Yeah, and who better to show us than Setiawan and Ahsan?
Yeah.
So far, it's been a fine performance for the Danes.
9-7. Service over. 8-9.
Well, that was ambitious. The former Olympic champion, Hendra Setiawan.
Service over. 10-9.
Oh, between the legs. Yep. And it was worth the effort, because the former world champions, the Indonesians, have the advantage, 2-point advantage at the mid-game interval. Morton, I was saying, former Olympic champion Marcus, with Marcus Kido, of course, Hendra Setiawan. And I'm just thinking about things and thinking about, is there any tournament that Hendra Setiawan, major tournament, that he hasn't won now? He's won the All England, which he did, of course, with his partner of today. Did that this year, beating Endo and Hawakawa in the final. He's now won gold in the Asian Games, gold in Olympics.
World champs.
2 world champ.
Yeah, 2 world champs.
With 2 different partners.
Yes.
What hasn't he won?
Yeah, you can always go down to the individual Super Series. I can't really say whether he's won all 13 or not, or all 12 of them. They won the Super Series finals as well, didn't they? So,
yeah, in Kuala Lumpur last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you take them from the top, he's definitely got the top 5 or 6 ones of them.
I think I'm going to have to look that up tonight. Yeah.
Service over. 12-10.
You know, Morton, you were making comment last week when we were watching the women's singles final, and we were talking about Akane Yamaguchi.
Yes.
Losing in the qualifying of the All England, and there she was by the end of the year, final of another one of the Premier Super Series events, and you said, how is it that a player can lose in qualifying of one, be in the final of another?
12.
And we talked about the inconsistency. Now, I find it extraordinary that this Indonesian pair, and I'm going to also say that I see it often in men's doubles, they lost first round last week, the Indonesians, and yet, you know, come the big tournaments, the Asian Games, World Championships, they couldn't defend their title this year because of injury problems, but World Champions last year, Asian Games, All England. Is it purely that they are big tournament players, or are they, or is men's doubles a bit more of a lottery in that the standard is so high with so many pairs that it's not unusual to see a good pair lose?
I think it's, you know, you explained it so well yourself. I think it's a little bit of all the things you said.
Yeah.
The competition is really fierce in men's doubles, and you really have to be
11.
at a very, very high level, not or to avoid losing one of the first few rounds in a tournament or two. But I want to add on to it, say that I don't think that Ahsan and Setiawan has played so well lately. I know it's obviously doesn't sound good when I say this because they just won the Asian Games. But I think that the injury to Ahsan, I think it was him who was injured for the World Championships in August.
Yes, he's back.
Set them back a bit, I think. They are not performing to the same standard as before that. And that's where I think some of the inconsistency comes in. You wouldn't see him make mistakes like that, you know. Obviously, that's easy for me to sit here and say. But normally, you wouldn't see a mistake like that. And not only that, it was a big mistake. It was in the middle of the net. It was not even, you know, at the tape. Close. No. So I don't think Setiawan is as sharp as what we've seen him earlier. But I think Ahsan is getting better. He was the weaker point when we saw them just coming back from injury.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it was taking time for him to get his confidence back. That's whatever the back injury problem was, you know, because in men's doubles you don't really hold back that much, do you? If you
now we just saw a very fine example there. That rally, it's big smashing, takes a lot.
Desperation defence there from Mads Conrad.
Yeah, he did well.
16.
But keeping the Danish combination in this first game, 15-16.
Long arms, interceptions. Well, they seem to be defending much better today, the Danes, than yesterday.
But try to notice that when they lift it, they give it a lot of height.
Yeah.
So it's more difficult to attack it. See, that's when trouble starts.
Yeah.
18-15.
But Ahsan has definitely been the more decisive of the two Indonesian players in this first game.
Yeah, I thought in the World Championship final last year, Mohammad Ahsan was the best player on court. Oh! Well, another moment of magic.
19-15.
5 game points to be precise, the umpire calling game points. Yeah, that was nicely saved. Well, point by the Danes.
16-20.
Good with the Danish combination is Conrad has got to serve. Not that Kolding is not serving well, but sometimes he's not too good under pressure. Yeah, too long.
So
21-16, the scoreline of the opening game in favour of Mohammad Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan.
Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan, 21-16.
Yeah, 16-15, they just applied the pressure, and it really is a trait of champions that they're able to do that. All looks very tight, all looks very close, and suddenly they play with the intensity, get the points, and therefore the opening game 21-16 in 15 minutes. So the fans here at the Hong Kong Coliseum enjoying semi-finals afternoon.
Second game, level play.
Oh, good flick serve.
What a nice way to start for the Indonesians here. Perfect flick serve.
Love.
And as far as I remember, that's actually what Ahsan is doing very well. Got a good flick serve, and he's
Yeah.
hardly ever faltered on it. That's long. Almost hit the blue carpet.
Love.
I don't know if you remember or if you saw these two pairs playing against each other in that first round of the Indonesia Premier Super Series. I certainly remember watching it because the Danes really did fall away quite badly in the second game.
In the second, yes.
Yeah. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is that it's very, very important for the Danes that they keep the score line as close as possible.
Close, yes.
Unless, of course, they're way in the lead. And
Yeah, be happy with that.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, but it's also about sending the right signals, I think. Yes, you were playing a close first game. yes, you know, you can play with us for a little while, but you know, we apply a little bit more pressure and then we, you know, take it away.
Yeah.
And the Danes have to stop that, even though when it, you know, it's getting tough, they need to show that they can work under pressure, they can work against all odds, and they can really make it, and not only play when everything is going for them. I don't know if I explain myself correctly.
Yeah, no, I understand completely.
4-3.
Is it called adversity?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to learn to play against that. Yeah, that's where Setiawan is so good.
Service over. 4-all.
That's nicely taken.
Service over. 5-4. Service over. 5-all.
New racket required. Maybe not. Maybe just taking a drink there. I like the way that the Danish combination, though they played together when they were juniors, they went their separate ways. And I like the fact that Mads Conrad got the opportunity to play with Jonas Rasmussen. Do you
Yes,
remember that?
that helped him a lot.
Huge help, because Jonas Rasmussen, former world champion, of course, with Lars Borska, and they got to number 12 in the world ranking.
Yes.
So Mads Conrad, he's experienced a Super Series final, reached the final of the Malaysian Super Series in 2011.
Yeah, but you know, obviously I have a lot of insight to this Danish combination. You know, being there, seeing them, coaching them, being part of it for many years. But this is actually what is so wonderful to watch, that these two players have come through. I'm not saying they come completely through already. You know, they still have a lot of improvements to do, but they're up there and they are close to the top 10 in the world, and they've done well despite that both of them has been undecided whether badminton actually should be something they wanted to pursue. I just explained about Mads Conrad that he was undecided, but Mads Kolding has been even worse. He's been a big talent for years and years and years, and the coaches had tried to really make him work, but he just wasn't interested. And then eventually one day he said, "Okay, I'll play." And then he's proved himself to get to semi-finals here in the Hong Kong Open and all that. I think that's great.
Yeah.
They were undefeated in the Thomas Cup, as far as I remember, in May.
Yeah. What is it with you Danes? Because I remember a similar story about Thomas Leibold.
Yep, Thomas.
He gave up badminton,
Yes.
and then suddenly decided, no, I want to really try and make it. And he sold his car, moved back home with his parents because he didn't have any money, and ended up as world champion, of course, in the mixed doubles.
Yeah, I think obviously there's a huge importance on education, qualifications, and if you don't make it in badminton, you have to make it all the way to the top. You are not earning a lot of money on it.
No.
And then, you know, in a society like the Danish, you need to have qualifications to survive, so you need to emphasize and focus on it.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of young people are very undecided. But as a coach, I always advocated that, you know, you have a talent, you're obligated towards that talent, give it a go. Spend some years on it. If you don't feel it's worth it eventually, fine, give it up. Take your qualifications, go your normal route, your normal life, and then just do that. But you owe it to yourself at least to try it.
Sounds as if you were somehow present when I was having a word with my parents when I was supposed to be going off to university. And I
Yes.
said, no,
Yeah.
I have to give badminton a go.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
I'm not saying give it a go for 10 years and end up nowhere, but you know, give it 2 or 3 years and really see if you can move it.
Yeah. Oh, this is a marvellous run of points by the Danes.
10-7.
5 straight points. That's long. 6 straight points.
11-7.
But to get it over Mass Colling, you really have to lift it high.
Yeah, good judgment. It was just long.
Once Ahsan did the same, just on the other side, and he was successful doing it. So it's very clever, because obviously you don't want to lift to Mass Colling. So he's also thinking, oh, they don't want to lift to me, so he's rushing forward.
Yeah.
And then he's getting caught on occasions like this, and it's cleverly played by Ahsan. I really think he was desperately unlucky not to win the last one as well.
Black.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, wry smile. He watched it, looked at the shuttle, looked down at the line, looked down at the line again.
Shall I do it?
Yeah, it's clearly.
Yes, yeah.
That's nice.
Yep. Good third shot. Good interception. But we haven't really been blessed with very long rallies or very fine rallies as such. It's all about this service situation. You know, we can drum it up and do everything, you know, as commentators here. But at the end of the day, it's the serve, the return, and the third shot.
Yeah.
We hardly go further than that in this match.
All 9 of the last 10 points have been won by the Danes.
Yeah, that's a good run. That's good. Oh, that's out. Just out.
Service over. 15-10.
If we get that in replay, try to look at how the Danes were totally caught by that shot.
want to jump ahead of myself, Morton, but it looks as if we might be treated to a third and deciding game.
Could be 16-10 is really a very good lead for the Danes.
Service over. 11-16. Service over. 20-17.
Here we have the Danish coach, Azua.
Oh, that's good.
It's definitely something he picked up from Jonas Rasmussen.
Mm.
Same thing, same trademark.
Points away now from this second game, the Danes.
Service over. 14-19.
Yeah, it's good defence. Clever.
Yeah, well defended by Mads Conrad. The way he first this one, but then this one here, how he got that one as well. Then defending. A good play by Setiawan.
Going wide. So game point opportunities for the Danes now to level this semi-final at one game apiece. Yep, first time of asking. 21-15. And it is indeed one game all.
Won by Conrad-Petersen. Pieler, Kolding. 31-15. 1 more.
34 minutes for two games.
But that's just showing the importance of the first three shots. It's very, very short rallies.
Well, all credit to the Danes, because when they were a game and 3-love down, I think I said on the commentary
You did.
that they really needed to keep the score close, because they'd faded away badly the previous time they'd played against the Indonesians. And my goodness, how well they did. All credit to them.
One love. Two love.
No, I think probably not happy with the racket. I didn't see any broken strings there. Did you, Morton?
No, no. I just think that a change would do nicely. I think that's what's going on.
Three love.
I'm slightly concerned about the body language of the Indonesians.
Yeah, I'm mostly concerned about Setiawan here.
Four love.
He's really not playing as well as he can, that's for sure. I've seen him play so much better than this.
And once again, Mohammad Ahsan wants yet another racket.
He wants the one with all the winners in.
Four love.
Yeah.
Service over. 1-4.
Slightly off balance, I think, there as he played that.
He was, and he opted for these steep half smashes. Then obviously, you know, having the height advantage is a good chance, but we quite often see he makes mistakes on it.
Service over. 5-2.
So I can see you're thinking the same as me. Should the Danish pair go into the final, would they have a chance on the destination Dubai, or they're too far away? What's the ranking at the moment?
The ranking at the moment is 17. I think they're too far away.
Then that's too far away.
Yeah. But I haven't worked it out yet, but I think the other Danish pair of Bo and Mogensen will almost certainly go down the destination Dubai rankings, because they haven't played this tournament.
Yeah.
2.
Plus they lost early in China.
Yeah,
First round. Ooh. That's nice.
Service over.
But these are the kind of answers that the Indonesians have to find, because they're definitely not playing well, and the Danes they keep applying the pressure.
Service over. 8-4. Service over. 5-8.
You know, the last 2 or 3 rallies, the Danes, their defensive play has been broken down a little too easily. Two points the deficit now. Oh. Yeah, there we are again. And I don't know, is it that
7-8.
the Indonesians are just more potent with their and penetrating with their attacking play, or is it that the Danes have perhaps got a little bit nervous? I wondered especially. Do you remember 3 rallies ago the defensive shot from Mads Kolding? Did land on the blue carpet, I think.
Yeah, it did. It did. Let's see how it goes. But Mads Kolding is having a little bit of a history, finding it difficult to cope with the pressure. Comes to his serving, it comes to his defence. But so far, I think he's been holding up pretty okay. But a 7-2 lead in this third and decisive game was important. And now it's only 8-9.
Yeah.
Service over. 8-9.
Oh, that's well taken by Mohammad Ahsan.
9-all.
Yeah, one-time 5-point advantage has disappeared. It's all level. Oh, that's wide as well.
10-9.
Yeah, suddenly there's a good chance for the Indonesians to go into the mid-game interval with a 2-point lead. Yet another flick serve from Ahsan proved to be so effective. And suddenly Indonesia's 11-9 up after being 7-2 down in this third and decisive game.
Yeah, that is extraordinary statistics.
It is. See, here we had a good flick serve. That was the last one.
You know, Kolding looks to me as if he's letting the shuttle come to him too much on his defensive play.
It gets too close to his body. I totally agree. He's got to reach out and play it earlier.
Yeah. So 9 of the last 11 points.
Yes, goes Indonesia's way.
Yeah.
11-9, black. Ball. Service over, 10-11.
Yeah, good rally.
Very good rally, but also interesting to see, I think, that the Indonesians like the attack, they get the attack, they work the attack, but they don't go crazy attack. They are very, very controlled in what they're doing and waiting for the right opportunity. It was very patiently played, this attack.
Yeah.
And I think that will earn them the victory in this match.
30-10.
That they're now just prepared to work the attacks, but not really push too hard in order they might make mistakes.
Oh, look at that defence.
That's good play. That's very, very good play.
Service over, 11-13.
Look at that defensive shot, and look at the dive there from Mads Conrad.
And that's what you want to see Kolding do a lot more, as what he did here. Going in, attacking this one. Look at that, how he's moving forward into it. And that was exactly what you mentioned before.
Exactly.
$11.30.
Come on, dive. I was waiting for that one. Well played by Setiawan.
Yeah, huge gap there in the end.
11.
And both going for the same one, the Danes.
Come on, Mess. Conrad, you can dive.
Oh, good backhand.
And now it's heating up a bit, isn't it? Ah, that's good.
Yeah, super change of pace. Heating up a bit, as you call it.
Yes.
It's come alive, this men's doubles. My goodness me, what a good rally.
Definitely the best in the match so far.
14.
Good play, both sides.
So 12-14.
Service over. 13-15.
No wonder he shakes his head.
Service
He's
over.
played so well, hasn't he, in this match?
I think he has, but he's very upset with. It's such a simple mistake.
Yeah.
Not under pressure at all. But he was just too tempted to go too steep.
Yeah, and halfway down the net.
Once again,
Good.
Ahsan, and that flick serve.
It's very, very good, isn't it?
17-13.
Well,
That has earned them 3 or 4 points in this third game
Yeah.
alone.
let's go wide.
Service over. 14-17.
Yeah. He is so good
Service
at
over.
being in the right place at the right time,
14.
at the front of the court.
Yeah, but more so that he's not been playing so well today, I think.
Mm.
But when it matters, he played the shot and he's still there to play it.
Yeah.
Service over. 15-18.
So it's make or break for the Danish pair now. They have to catch up. 19-15 would be too much to catch up.
Wasn't the best of serves.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Service over.
Well, it is indeed 19-15. Now, is he going to flick again?
Yeah, you never know.
Been flicking so well. Yep. Oh, string's gone in his racket.
String's gone. Good play by Conrad. Forward calling, yes. 2 against 1.
Yeah. Well, it is fairly desperate, isn't it, when you know that the strings have broken.
Yeah, suddenly you play 2 against 1. But I think Kolding did well to stay in.
So match point opportunities for Mohammad Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan. Good return. Very easy for him, though, when they serve to the tee there.
Yeah.
Oh, that long reach. Two match points have come and gone. Well, they're just asking for the court to be mopped. body language of Mohammad Ahsan there looks as if he's tired. And maybe just having...
leaning against the board.
Yes.
17-20.
So still match points, of course, for the Indonesians. So they've done it. Well, well, well. 3 match points have been saved.
18.
Another 2 remain. Now, can he hold his nerve on his serve? Yeah, it's a good serve. Well done. Unbelievable. The fans here are loving it. 19-20.
Yeah, what a comeback that would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
4 saved, 1 to go.
Oh, that's a shocker serve. Oh. 21-19. Eventually, the former world champions Mohammad Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan come through in 3 games against Mads Conrad-Petersen and Mads Kolding. Well, it was a spirited fight right to the end by the Danes, saving those 4 match point opportunities.
They did well.
They certainly did. But Mohammad Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan coming through 21-16, 15-21, 21-19 in a match just 2 minutes shy of the hour mark. Yeah, well, he's still leaning against the kit box there, isn't he?
He is.
Mohammad Ahsan, I do hope he's all right. They've got a final to play tomorrow, young man. So they've gone at least 1 better than last year. Semi-finalists last year, the Indonesians. And they're through to the final in 2014. So that concludes our semi-finals for this afternoon, which all started with the mixed doubles, and the world and Olympic champions Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, 2-time former winners of this event, beating last year's champions Mr. and Mrs. Adcock in 2 straight games. Then we had the women's doubles and a repeat of the Asian Games final, but the Japanese pair managing to reverse the result of the Asian Games final. This time they came out on top, the new world #1s from Japan, as you can see 2 straight games. What a women's singles. That, to me, was the match of the day. The 2012 World Junior Champion Okuhara of Japan beating the current world champion Marin of Spain, and didn't just beat her. Look at that scoreline. 9 minutes needed for that victory, and she will contest her first ever Super Series tournament final tomorrow. Chen Long, well, he had to work hard in his semi-final against the star from a week ago at the China Open. Srikanth, well, his run of good form finally came to an end. An hour and 3 minutes, but he made a real fight of it. 3 games, as you can see. And as we've just witnessed in the men's doubles, the former world champions and Asian Games gold medalists Mohammad Ahsan-Hendra Setiawan safely through to the final in a match just 2 minutes shy of the hour mark. Well, Morten Frost, thank you for your company today. I will be back tomorrow with all the finals a little bit later than today, 1:30 local time, 5:30 GMT. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.